Independence Day Quiz 2026. When is Independence Day of India celebrated every year? August 15. When did India gain independence? 15th August 1947. Which act of the British Parliament gave India its independence? The Indian Independence Act of 1947. In which city is the Indian Independence Day celebrated every year and the Prime Minister hoists the national flag? New Delhi. Where does the national flag hoisting ceremony occur on Independence Day? Red Fort in Delhi. Who hosted the Indian national flag at the Red Fort on 15 August 1947? Jawaharlal Nehru. Who hoists the national flag on Independence Day at Red Fort? The Prime Minister of India. Which Independence Day is India celebrating on 15 August 2026? 18th Independence Day. How many years of independence does India complete in 2026? 79 years. What is the vision associated with the 18th Independence Day celebrations? Viksit Bharat 2047. When was India's new parliament building inaugurated? 28 May 2023. What is the national emblem displayed on top of India's new parliament building? Lion capital of Ashoka. What historic scepter is placed in the new parliament building? Senkol. What is the name of new parliament building of India? Parliament House, Sansad Bhavan. What is the name of the indigenous semi-high-speed train transforming rail travel in India? Vande Bharat Express. What is the name of India's indigenous light compact aircraft developed by HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited? Tejas. In which state was India's first hydrogen-powered train flagged off? Haryana. What is the name of India's first hydrogen-powered train? Namo Green Rail. What is the main substance emitted when the hydrogen fuel cell of India's hydrogen-powered train operates? Water vapor. When was India's first hydrogen-powered train service launched? 17 July 2026. Which digital payment system has made India a global leader? UPI Unified Payments Interface. Which program provides tap water to rural homes? Jal Jeevan Mission. Which digital identity project in India is the world's largest? Aadhaar. Which mission made India the first country to land near the moon's south pole? Chandrayaan 3. What is India's human spaceflight mission? Gaganyaan. Which navigation system was developed by India? Navigation with Indian constellation. India's first indigenous aircraft carrier. INS Vikrant. Which British monarch was reigning at the time of India's independence? King George VI. Which was the first British company in India? East India Company. When was English East India Company established in India? 1600 AD. When did British first came to India? 1608. Who was the Prime Minister of Britain at the time of independence? Clement Attlee. Who was the last British Viceroy in India? Lord Mountbatten. Who was the first Prime Minister of independent India? Jawaharlal Nehru. Who was the first President of independent India? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Who is the current Prime Minister of India? Narendra Modi. Who is the current President of India? Draupadi Murmu. Who was the first Home Minister and Deputy PM of India? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Who was the first Chief Election Commissioner of independent India? Sukumar Sen. Who was the first Indian to be elected to the British Parliament? Dadabhai Naoroji. Who was the last Governor General of independent India? C. Rajagopalachari. Who was the President of Indian National Congress at the time of India's independence in 1947? J.B. Kripalani. Who appoints the Prime Minister in India? The President of India. What is India's national flag called? Tiranga. How many colors are there in the national flag? 3. What is in the center of the national flag? Ashoka Chakra. How many spokes are there in the Ashoka Chakra? 24. Who designed the national flag of India? Pingali Venkaiah. What does the saffron color represent? Courage and sacrifice. What does the white color represent? Truth, peace, and purity. What does the green color represent? Growth, prosperity, and auspiciousness. What does the Ashoka Chakra on the Indian national flag represent? The wheel of law. What is the ratio of the length and height of the Indian national flag? 3:2. When was the national flag of India adopted in its present form? 22 July 1947. What is the national emblem of India? Lion capital of Ashoka at Sarnath. When was the Indian national emblem adopted? January 26, 1950. What is the meaning of Satyameva Jayate inscribed at the bottom of the national emblem of India? Truth alone triumphs. What do the 4 lines on Indian national emblem imply? Power, courage, confidence, and pride. What are the animals depicted on the national emblem of India? Lion, bull, horse, and elephant. What is India's national anthem? Jana Gana Mana. Who wrote the national anthem? Rabindranath Tagore. When was the national anthem of India first publicly sung? December 27, 1911. When was Jana Gana Mana declared as national anthem of India? 24 January 1950. What is the duration of the Indian national anthem when played in full? 52 seconds. What is India's national song? Vande Mataram. Who wrote the national song of India? Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Who wrote Indian Pledge? Paidimari Venkata Subbarao. Who wrote Sare Jahan Se Acha? Muhammad Iqbal. When was the Constitution of India adopted? November 26, 1949. When did the Constitution came into force? 26 January 1950. Who is known as the architect of the Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In which year were all Indian citizens allowed to hoist the national flag on all days in accordance with the Flag Code of India? 2002. Which movement did Mahatma Gandhi launch in 1942 demanding an end of British rule in India? Quit India Movement, August Movement. Who gave the slogan "Do or Die" during the Indian freedom struggle? Mahatma Gandhi. Who led the Dandi March against the British salt tax in 1930? Mahatma Gandhi. Which event marked the beginning of the Indian freedom struggle in 1857? The Indian Rebellion of 1857, also known as the Revolt of 1857 or the First War of Indian Independence. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place in which year? 1919. Which act passed by the British government led to widespread protest and the Jallianwala Bagh massacre? Rowlatt Act, 1919. Who ordered the Jallianwala Bagh massacre? General Reginald Dyer. Which event marked the official end of the British East India Company's rule in India? Government of India Act, 1858. Which revolution is associated with the slogan Jai Jawan Jai Kisan? India's Green Revolution. Who is known as the father of the nation in India? Mahatma Gandhi. Who is called the Iron Man of India? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Who delivered the iconic speech Trust with Destiny? Jawaharlal Nehru. Which freedom fighter of India is also known as Punjab Kesari? Lala Lajpat Rai. Who was known as the Nightingale of India? Sarojini Naidu. India's highest civilian award? Bharat Ratna. India's highest gallantry award? Paramveer Chakra. Which was India's first satellite? Aryabhatta. India's first woman Prime Minister. Indira Gandhi. Who wrote the book Discovery of India, which reflects on the history of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. Who was the author of the book India Wins Freedom? Maulana Azad. India's national animal. Royal Bengal Tiger. India's national bird. Indian peacock. India's national flower. Lotus. India's national tree. Banyan tree. India's national fruit. Mango. India's national river. Ganga.